complete day, so that people can sit down, reflect, and take stock of what is happening to prepare for the subsequent day. That's the 4th of April, which is going to be the election day.
Joe, let me come back to you. I mean, we're talking about 2 elections, 2 in 1, especially for Banjul and KMC. They'll be having mayoral elections plus the councillors' elections. It has to be massive. People must come out to vote. But over the years, we have seen that people have not been very reciprocative when it comes to the local government elections. They're more interested in the presidential, which supersedes all. National Assembly elections come in second, and of course, this very one come in third. But we have this. You have outlined somewhere the function of the councils, so that people will understand that they really need to go out and vote for people who will do things that will be intrinsic, will have far-reaching effect in their lives, like water. You need water. Who does it for you? Not central government, but the local government.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Jones. As you rightly said, like if you go to other countries, like let me just take an example. Sierra Leone, they held all four levels of elections on the same day.
The same day.
Yeah, depending on the law. Now here in the Gambia, like we conduct presidential elections, and then 4 months after we have the National Assembly. And then, of course, local councils are supposed to be held every 4 years, but it has to be after 12 months after the National Assembly. So that's why, like, this time, okay, it's almost just few days after 12 months after the National Assembly. We are still in line. But the thing is, like, this is why we've come out and we're partnering, the IEC, media, NCC, and others. We're partnering so that we go out. We're going to blend because, of course, voter education, voter information, civic education. So we're going to blend everything so that at least we tell people exactly, what is at stake. Because definitely, I want, let me just take an example. Like in the Congo here, most of the schools, when I was going to school, I played football in my school, okay, St. Teresa's. But now, because of development and population expansion, most of these fields are gone. So now the onus lies on the councils. The onus lies on the councils to provide recreational parks and facilities for the population. Because we're talking about interest in sports and things like that. But if these facilities are not available, people wouldn't be able to exhibit their talents and the like. So that is why it is very important. Like we tell people, like one of the functions of the councils is the provision of football fields, parks, water, dikes. Of course, we sanitation and even like environment, preservation of the environment. Of course, and we're talking disaster relief. Is a very, very pertinent component of pertinent activity of the local government authorities. That is why this time around we don't have, because, like as you said, people say, I've just voted in the presidential election. I don't have a problem now. I've voted for the National Assembly member. I don't have a problem. But of course, you have a problem. You want to tell people. That's why, like, we want, like, we engage in the NCCE. So we come out and tell the people their civic. We're going to tell them of their civic responsibility. Of course, we want people to know exactly the functions of these councils, so that at least they will, they will see, what their benefits, because they should benefit. Because, of course, councils collect revenue. We pay tax, rates. All of us live in compounds. So, of course, we pay. At the end of every year, even before you give in a demand note, you go and pay your rate, compound rate. So, at least you need certain things, certain services, in return for some of these rates that you pay. And who provide this? It's the councils. So that is why, like, we want everybody, we want massive participation. I pay my tax. So I want to see services, you know, given to me. So that is why, like, we're coming out and telling people that, look, this is why people should come out and vote. You know, people should come out and vote and participate, because this is grassroots, as Mr. Njai said. This is grassroots election. It's grassroots elections, because, like, it's the ward. Because we see certain, I mean, like, when we look at the composition of these wards sometimes, like, one village can make up a ward, or 2 villages. So it's what? It's easier, you know, like, villages to come together and, like, for development and the like. So that's why, like, we're calling everybody to come out, from Banjul, you know, to Koina. I say that it is their responsibility to come out and vote.
Meaning that the driving slogan, yes, for people to vote is the fact that they pay taxes.
Yeah, you pay taxes.
And once I pay tax, I must be able to elect, yes, somebody I think will be there for my interest.
For your interest, yes, that's it. Simple. That's simple.
Very well. Let's look at where we have the mayoral elections, Kanifing and Banjul. I know here the people will be up and ready for it. You've got very active election-oriented population in Banjul and KMC. Let's look at the qualification for somebody who's going to vie for the mayorship.
Yeah, actually, basically, in the Kanifing Municipal Council, or the Kanifing Municipality and the City of Banjul will have 2 types of elections. One is the mayoral and the other one will be councillor. The mayoral election is different from the council election. The mayoral election is the head of the council. The councillors are going to be representing their wards, but the mayor is going to represent the whole council of that administrative area or the area council. So this is why for one to be qualified to become a mayor, you need to have certain qualification. 1, at least you must be 30 years and above, and 2, you should at least be senior secondary school product. That's basically, those are the 2 main criteria that are added to that of a councillor to become a mayor.
Okay.
But the rest remain the same thing. You must be a Gambian, you must be a registered voter, you must live within the administrative area or the local government authority for at least 12 months, and you must pay all your taxes, you must produce an asset declaration, and the like. And again, for the Kanifing and Banjul administrative area, this election does not mean you have to come and vote and go back home and come again. It's all in in the same day. You come to vote, first you'll go to vote in one of the polling booths for a mayor, and the next you come back to the polling desk and you will be given another token to go and vote for the councillor. So within 2 or 3 minutes you will be able to finish the whole process. So there is no worries that it will take a long time because of these 2 elections in one. No. Other countries are even doing more than 2 elections in one. So we have done these things in 2008 and it worked well, and this is what the law expects us to do, that is 2 elections. If we have more than that, we will do it. But for these things, it's 2 elections for that provide, with all these things, provided that there will be contests in these administrative areas. But if there is no contest, we will let you know. But for now, what we are saying is, according to the law, there should be a mayoral election and a councillor election in these 2 administrative areas. That is the Banjul administrative area and the Kanifing administrative area. The other administrative area, that is starting from Birkama to Basse, there will be only council elections. That is, the wards are going to elect their councillors. And for this area council too, they must also have a chairperson. But this chairperson is not elected through an adult suffrage, but is selected from the elected councillors. If I'm understood, the councillors are going to be voted first, and once they are elected, it's going to be part of their first business at council to elect a chairperson from among themselves. So in essence, they will have also a chairperson, but this chairperson is not going to be elected by the voters, but by the councillors, elected by the voters. And the chairperson has the same status of, or equivalent to that of a mayor, because they also preside at council meetings, like mayors preside at council meetings in Banjul and KMC.
Very well, very well. I also see that along the line there's a deposit which is different from both the mayor and the councillors, where the mayors will have to deposit 2,500?
Yes, Mr. Jones, yeah, because the